Hello, everybody. This is FJOJR. We are Here. We are in part three of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. I am playing as Knuckles. I'm not going after the Chaos Emeralds or anything like that. I'm just going to go through a straight playthrough of this game, um, and we will continue on with the story. Um, I could play through completely and get Hyper Knuckles, but I'm just going to go through a straight playthrough. Maybe I'll do one later of my Sonic and Tails, who knows. Um, but as of right now, I just want to enjoy this game and play through as Nux. Uh, so yesterday I went to the baseball game with my family, my sister, my dad, my mom, my brother-in-law, and my nephew. The Miami Marlins versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Very important game for the Fish. A, uh, a wild card implication game. Um, but unfortunately, the Cardinals whooped the Marlins 11-6. The Fish normally, I mean, 6 runs should be able to win you a game, but Jose Urena of the Marlins was not on his game whatsoever. He gave up way too many runs. He was out of control. But the most important thing that I came to see was Ichiro Suzuki, because he is 2 hits away from 3,000 as of the recording of this video. I was hoping that he would be able to at least get one hit that night. Unfortunately, he went hitless, but that's okay. I'm not concerned too much that he he that he won't get it. I mean, I made a video of this post the game, but now I have more time to, look back on it, and it was quite a day for the Fish. They traded for some starting pitching, which was much needed after you saw what Urena had done, and obviously Wei Yin Chen, who's been a complete disappointment. But the Fish are still there, still fighting. The Cardinals leaped them after that game, but what else can they do? Crap. The I guess the point of this video is I'm going to talk about baseball, and many people don't like baseball for some reason. Some of the reasons cited is um, I can attest to some feel the game is too long, and that is true. The game can be long, and especially with players and their superstitions, and I played baseball um, when I was younger, and as much as I loved it, yeah, games run long, games 3 hours, and uh, but that hasn't stopped me from enjoying the game. I went to the longest game in Marlins history, and that was a crap, I accidentally pressed pause there. That was a 6 hour game, 6 hours and 10 minutes of me sitting in the hot sun over at Pro Player Stadium on a Sunday with my dad, and it was 2003 against the Cardinals. Yeah, against the Cardinals, and we still lost the game. But 2003, I ended up pretty darn well for the Marlins. I can tell you that. The Gosh, I keep messing that part up. The I have not played this zone in forever, and this zone is not one of my favorites in the game. As you can see, I just want to get this one over with and head on over to Carnival Night Zone, which is my favorite. Even those barrels, I could handle those barrels, but we will get to those barrels later on. Finally, all right, here we go. So yeah, the length of a baseball game doesn't exactly phase me too much. But last night, it was a good crowd for the Marlins. I was expecting more, and I'm sure they were expecting more. They opened the upper deck which was, if anybody who follows the Marlins knows, the Marlins never sell the upper deck unless they are facing a big name team or it's opening day. But the occasion of that day brought the upper deck up, opening up, and I think the Marlins, they're in a weird spot. They are not only they're good this season, and maybe more than they're playing better than I expected, and I'm sure most of South Florida expected. But the bad part is that people people want to support the Marlins. I can tell you that they want to support the Fish. They want the Marlins to do well, but ownership just doesn't let them do it. They people love the Marlins down here. I can tell you that they do, but the fleetingness of their championship teams and the shadiness of Jeffrey Loria and David Sampson, it drives a wedge. The Miguel Cabrera trade, the worst trade in baseball history and maybe sports history, when it's all said and done, it just was. It leaves a horrible legacy for whenever Loria sells the team or passes. And for a lot of Marlins fans, that day cannot come any faster, which is, it's sad to say. It's really bad to say that you want, or not that you want something to happen, but you hope for that to happen. And I kind of attested to kind of like what another thing I can compare it to is the Chicago Blackhawks. Um, their previous owner was Bill Wirtz. I think he was a known cheapskate, wouldn't show home games on TV, and just completely non-fan friendly, and it affected the Blackhawks. They fell into the abyss of the NHL, and they couldn't rise until Dale Talon started stringing a team together. But more so than that was his death, and then his son inheriting the team, and his son had a completely different philosophy on on the franchise, and it it saved the Blackhawks. Well, not saved the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks were never in danger of moving or anything, but it returned. Now they're the best team in Chicago. They are sold out every game, and it is something. They're a powerhouse in the NHL, and the the fact of the matter is that a guy died and things got better. And it's sad that maybe Jeffrey Loria with the hiring of Don Mattingly and maybe Mattingly kind of stipulated that, hey, don't boss me around. I call the shots. Okay, I'll only come here if you don't mess with me. Maybe he said that, and I hope he did. But in any case, the Marlins are my favorite baseball team, and I have so many great memories of games with my dad and everything, and I just want them to do well. I hope they make the playoffs. I really do. Uh, I think a lot of the players deserve it, and I really, for Ichiro, I assumed like last year or maybe even this season that Ichiro would try and go someplace where he could win the World Series, and I'm assuming his days with the Yankees, that trade and everything, was his attempt to try and win the World Series, and that did not happen. And probably now he's just content with being in the game, and around young players, and just contributing in some way at his age. But I think it's great to see him. Fudge, and I'm dead. I am dead. I'm dead. Whew, okay. and it's Ichiro is just seeing him not revive his career. I don't think his career is being revived, but it's the twilight of his career is the I guess the decline is easing up a bit, just the way he's played so far. I'm sure a lot of people hated when Willie Mays went to the Mets. Like, people forget about that, and they for rightly so, because it was just sad to see someone so great, and they're human. I think people see them. Oh wow, they're human. They age, they decline, and they leave the game. But South Florida has been lucky to see Ichiro and Yarmir Yager come here and just show everyone that hey, things aren't over for them. Things aren't over for anyone because of age. Uh, it's great to see. And I am here finally at this boss. He's going to go there, and Knuckles does that. I get hit by that. And man, playing this game on a keyboard is no good. I kind of wish I bought an adapter for this from one of my Wii Classic controllers, and then I'm dead. I am dead. I'm really so much better than this. Of course, I haven't played this game fully in a long time, or in a few months. Um, but I used to be so good and could basically predict where this guy was going. Um, fudge. Gosh darn it. Holy crap. I am not faring well. Oh, nuts. Okay. And he's going to go this way. Let's go this right here. And boom. Watch out. Jump. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Baseball. 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 We're talking about baseball. But baseball is my favorite sport. But it's become, maybe because of how badly the Marlins and the ownership have, have screwed up over the years, but fudge, I died right there. But it's kind of taking a backseat to hockey. And I find that kind of sad, but maybe because I'm growing and my tastes are different, and I'm willing to accept other sports. But we'll talk about my love for hockey later. This is all about baseball, but I still love baseball. I'm following the standings and the races and the goings on and the silliness of the game, like with Chris Sale tearing up the White Sox throwback jerseys, which is hilarious, or Joey Votto denying that kid the batting gloves. And finally, defeated Egg Robo. We are at the end of this. And so, everybody, I am glad you guys got through this with me. We will talk about something else. Maybe we'll talk about hockey in the last one. And on to the Cardinal Night Zone. Bye.